Hello students, in this video on cell chapter I'll be discussing about cell division. In my earlier video I have discussed about the cell organelles. So before going to understand the different types of cell division, because in the cell theory we have got that new cells arise from pre-existing cell by division, we need to understand two terms. One is a haploid cell, another one is diploid cell. So what is diploid cell? Di means two. So we know in the cells we have chromosomes. So when the chromosomes are found in pairs, it is called a diploid condition. For example, in human beings, in every cell of our body, we have 46 chromosomes. Now these 46 chromosomes, they are found in 23 pairs. Like this, there will be 23. I have drawn two pairs. Like this, there will be 23 pairs. So when the chromosomes are found in pairs, such a cell is called a diploid cell. And this single set of chromosome, it is called the genome of a cell. What is haploid? Haploid means when the chromosomes are half in number. So if there are any cells in our body, human body, which is having only 23 chromosomes, not 23 pairs but 23 chromosomes, then that cell will be called a haploid cell. So diploid means when the chromosomes are in pairs, haploid means when the chromosomes are half in number. Okay. Now we come to different types of cell division. So there are basically two types of cell division. One is called mitosis, another one is called meiosis. Now let us try to understand mitosis. So what happens in mitosis? We have taken the example of a human cell. Suppose there are 46 chromosomes in each cell. This cell, the mother cell, will divide to form two cells, and both the daughter cells will have same number of chromosomes. So there are 46 cells in the mother cell. So in the daughter cells also there will be 46 and 46 chromosomes each. So such kind of cell division is called mitosis. It is called equational cell division because the number of chromosomes remains same in both the cells. It occurs in the general body cells, the cells of your hands, legs, body. So those will, suppose the small child is becoming big or is growing in size, you got hurt, things are getting replaced. So all those general body cells, mitosis takes place. Chromosome number remains same in the daughter cells that we have already discussed. And two daughter cells are formed. So one mother cell will give rise to two daughter cells. What is the function? Mitosis helps in growth and repair. So it will help in growth of the body. A small child is becoming big in size, so new cells are being added, and repair when we get hurt, so on. The other type of cell division is called meiosis. So meiosis, what happens? Suppose we begin with a general body cell. I am taking the example of human cell. Suppose there are 46 chromosomes. So in the first step, this parent cell or mother cell will divide into two daughter cells. And each cell will have half the number of chromosomes. So there will be 23 chromosomes in each of the daughter cell. That means the chromosome number will become half. And that is called meiosis 1. Meiosis occurs in two steps, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. So this is meiosis 1, where the chromosome number becomes half in the daughter cells. And it is also, therefore it is called the reduction phase. In the next step, these daughter cells will undergo one more division. And this division is very similar to that in mitosis. The chromosome number will remain same. So each parent cell will divide into two more daughter cells and this chromosome number will be maintained. There was 23 chromosomes here. In the daughter cells also there will be 23 and 23 chromosomes each. So this second part is called meiosis 2, and since it is similar to mitosis, it is also called the mitotic phase. Now why this step happens, I will be telling you later on. So this is called reduction cell division because the number of chromosome is becoming half. It occurs in the cells of reproductive organs like testes, ovaries, which will give rise to the reproductive cells. In those cases, the process of meiosis takes place. Chromosome number becomes half in daughter cells, and how many daughter cells are formed? 4 daughter cells are formed from one mother cell, and it helps in gamete formation. So whatever gamete formation, like in animals the gametes are called sperms and eggs or ovum. In plants the gametes are called your pollen grains or ovule. So in case of gametes, the chromosome numbers are half compared to the general body cells. Now Why the chromosome number needs to become half? Because you see, the number of chromosomes present in a cell is the identity of a species. Suppose I am human being, or suppose you get some cells somewhere, and after analyzing you find that the cells are having 46 chromosomes. So you can come to a conclusion that those cells belongs to human being. And therefore the number of chromosome needs to be maintained generation after generation. Suppose there is an egg and it will get fertilized by a sperm. So in case if the sperm is having 46 chromosome and the egg is having 46 chromosome, so when they will fuse, in the zygote which will be formed, it will have 92 chromosome. So that will change the species identity. So it will not remain human being, it will become something else. So that cannot be a possibility. So therefore, during gamete, these are gametes, during gamete formation, the chromosome number should become half. For example, sperm will have 23 chromosome, egg will have 23 chromosome. So when they fuse in the zygote, the original number of chromosome is restored. That is the reason why in meiosis is required and number of chromosome needs to become half in the gametes. So let us try to understand little more elaborately. Till here, if it is clear, well and fine. If you find it difficult to understand this, you don't have to understand, because this is slightly higher concept. If you understand, well and fine. So suppose I begin with one cell. Here I am discussing about mitosis, this one. Suppose I begin with a cell having one pair of chromosomes. So the chromosome is found in pair. So it is a diploid chromosome. So I represent it with twice n. So diploid condition is represented by twice n, haploid by n. Inside each chromosome has one DNA molecule. In the nucleus part, I have shown you how actually DNA and proteins makes up the chromosome. So each chromosome will have one DNA molecule. So DNA is a carbon compound, so I am representing DNA. So this is also found in pair, DNA, here one, here one. So that also I represent as twice C. So this cell will first undergo a process which is called the S phase. Now what is S? S stands for synthesis. Synthesis means manufacture of DNA. So during this S phase, when the cell passes through S phase, the DNA amount becomes doubled. So this DNA molecule will make a copy, this DNA molecule will make a copy. So now we have two chromosomes. That means chromosomes are in pair, so twice n, but the DNA has become double. So I have written it as 4C. Now what happens? This chromosome, it splits from between longitudinally like this. It splits from between. So it shows a shape like this. Now still it is 1 and 2 chromosome. And these strands are called chromatids. So there is one chromosome having two chromatids. There is also one chromosome having two chromatids. So this condition is also written as twice n 4C, because this is one chromosome, this is one chromosome, and each chromosome is having two chromatids. And in each chromatid, one DNA has come. Now what happens? This cell will divide. And from this two chromatid, one chromatid will go to one cell, another chromatid will come to another cell. I marked it as 1, 1 dash. So let's say 1 goes over there, 1 dash comes over here. Similarly, from this chromosome, this chromatid will go over there, this chromatid will come over here. Now we need to understand the moment the chromatids separate. Here what is happening? 1 and 1 dash, they are separating. The moment they separate out, now the chromatids are regarded as chromosome. They are no longer regarded as chromatid. So here also now we have two chromosomes. So the chromosomes are once again in pair. So we write it as twice n. DNA amount is also twice C. Here also twice n and DNA amount is twice C. So what we find, we began with twice n diploid cell and we ended up with daughter cells having diploid cells each. So this is a case of mitosis. Same can happen if mitosis occurs for haploid cells. Suppose n is the number of chromosomes. For example, in human being, a diploid cell will have 46 chromosomes. That means 2 into 23. And if it is haploid condition, it will have 23. So the value of n in case of human being is 23. Suppose this cell, which is haploid, this is undergoing mitosis. Then it will produce two daughter cells which will have the haploid number of chromosome. Here it is diploid, so we end up getting diploid cells. So this is what happens in mitosis. Chromosome number remains same, only the cell is increasing in number. Now let us see the case of meiosis. Initially the same thing, there is a diploid cell, twice N, then the DNA is found in pairs, so twice C, it passes through S phase, so DNA amount will get double, so it is twice N, 4C. Now here interesting thing happens. Here earlier what happened, it split into chromatids and the chromatids separated, but here that doesn't happen. Here the whole chromosome, after this cell will divide into two, this whole chromosome will go to one cell, this entire chromosome from this pair will come here. So what is happening? Chromosome number has become half. It was twice N earlier, now it has become N. Here also chromosome number becomes half, but the DNA remains as twice C, because inside each chromosome the DNA amount became double, so it becomes twice C. So therefore this is called meiosis 1 or reduction phase. Why? Because the chromosome number has become half. After that, now if meiosis will stop here, then what will happen? Suppose there is a sperm, there is an egg, and they fuse together. N and N, it will become twice N, no doubt. Original number will be restored. But DNA is twice C, so twice C, when they will combine, DNA amount will keep on doubling up. So that will cause problem. Therefore, it undergoes a second division. In the second division, what happens? This chromosome will split longitudinally, this will split longitudinally. They will form two chromatids each. They will form two chromatids each, and each cell will divide into two cells. Each chromatid, suppose this chromatid is going here, this chromatid is coming over here. This chromatid is going there, this chromatid is coming over here. So the moment I told you, the moment the chromatids separate, it is a condition of the chromatids are now known as chromosome. They are no longer regarded as chromatids. So it was N twice C here, now it will become NC here, NC here. Because number of chromosome, this was also one chromosome, this is one regarded as one chromosome, but DNA amount becomes half now. Now your cells are ready. Suppose we have a sperm which is having N and C, which will fuse with an egg having N and C, half the number of chromosome, half the number of DNA. So when they will fuse to form the zygote, then we will have twice N, twice C. So the chromosome number is also restored and DNA amount is also restored. Now if you observe this second meiosis, which occurs to half the number of DNA, it is also known as mitotic phase, because this division is similar to mitosis. Because we begin with a cell having n number of chromosomes, we end up with cells having n number of chromosomes. So chromosome number remains same. Therefore it is also called the mitotic phase. So this is the overall process which occurs in meiosis. The two steps are there. Meiosis 1 where chromosome number becomes half, meiosis 2 where DNA amount becomes half. So these are the two types of cell division. Thank you.